Good morning. Happy Saturday. Welcome to. Hi, I'm going to get serious here for a second because I have been a little bit silly and goofy lately, and everybody's like, what the fuck is wrong with Dave? And I posted something on my Instagram last week to explain a little bit of it in a really another silly, sarcastic way that probably left everybody a little bit more confused than they were before. But that post didn't make it over to Facebook because Facebook and Instagram sometimes aren't talking, and it's kind of like my relationship with technology. Is sometimes me and technology are like this. Technology fucking hates me, and I hated it for a long time, and now I'm trying to make amends with technology, and it seems like we're kind of like, okay, oh no, we're not okay. Hi, technology, how are you today? Oh, I'm doing good, Dave. How are you? Oh, nice to see you. Oh, I hate you. Oh, I hate you too. Oh, but we're gonna be friends. Okay, we're gonna try to be friends today. Okay, so here I am going again. And that's why this stuff is just the way that it is, because I'm so technologically disadvantaged that it's been a problem. It really has been a problem, and it's good to be up to date with technology because everything's so technological these days. You got to be careful, because if somebody knows that you're disadvantaged technologically, they're like, yeah, just watch out, okay? Anyway, this is my technology right here. Words. This is my technology. Words. I'm a word technologist, I think, but we'll see. I'm writing a book, and it's called blah, 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 blah. I was almost going to share it. I just registered the name last week, but I've been trying to write it for a few years now. And this is a little excerpt. It's a collection. It's a small book. It's a short collection of life experience, essays, philosophy. My education is in philosophy, theology, and now I have an education in craziness. All right, okay, and which is confusing everybody, and I love it because I might just be as crazy as I think you think that I might be, but not as crazy as I once thought that I was. And so, anyway. I went on a date with a millennial last night, and I tried to read or share some excerpts from some of my little, meanderings here. And I wasn't even it was like a 7-minute, 8-minute thing, and it was like not even halfway through. And they were like, is there anything else on TikTok we can watch right now? And I was like, okay. This may not be for a millennial generation, but you know what? In the words of T.J. Osborne, I'm not for everyone, so. We'll see. And you know what? If I'm just for myself, then all right. This will explain some things for you. Okay, this is called love, or this is called unconditional love, spoken through the eyes or the personality of ice cream. Ice cream is chill. Ice cream doesn't need you. Ice cream likes to be dressed up, but equally and stunningly dressed down. Ice cream will bring a smile to the face of anger, youth, a stranger, and even our furry friends. Ice cream doesn't want anything from you but your pride. On this, love wins every time. When pride falls, all gain, although love is not always win-win. No one looks foolish or silly when love is transparent. Too much ice cream is never enough. Too little is never easy, and for everything else in between, there are coping mechanisms to deal with it, or a really good attitude and comfort with the acceptance and sanctity of oneself. True love begins within. Ice cream has a sweet spot when you reach it. That's not so hard, not so melted place. You know, that ooey gooey, let me lick it off your face type of situation, but don't drop it on the sidewalk. Savor it, enjoy it, run with it to catch the train like a fool because it's so good. You don't care that you look like an irresponsible, naive child full of dreams and hopes. However, don't ever drop it on the sidewalk. What a pity that would be. Ice cream is so comforting in our times of sadness and need. It will teach one a thing or two about that sweet spot and about arriving there. Patience is key, but far more than patience is faith. Patience is tolerance is slightly annoyed, likely hypocritical, sibling rivalry of conformity. However, faith is the one who stays on the sinking ship until the end while handing you the donut that saves your life. Ice cream is irresistible, and when you're ready for it, it comes barreling towards you like a bull. We all know when the ice cream truck is driving through the neighborhood. It is the one that you, who freshly out of a relationship, throwing your hands up in the air in frustration saying, to hell with it, no more love, no more ice cream, I'm done with it. So you have another, right? You have another rendezvous on the borders of love. You have another ice cream. Here comes the ice cream truck. Because you just can't resist. You wake up the next day after a long, intimate night, look at each other, and say, oh, hey, you're still here. All right. Wasn't looking, but okay, that was fun. One more day, why not? Then one day, years down the road, after all the craziness, ups and downs of life, you wake up after a long night and look at each other and say, oh, hey, you're still here. All right. The truest loves are long-suffering, loyal, and stick with you through the good times and the bad times. It, he, she, the, they, them, or you don't need it. He, she, they, them, or you. Because it, he, she, they, them, or you want it. Not because you need it, but because you want it. Love is not nice. It is sometimes nice. As a matter of fact, love can be revealed the most and be most life-changing by how it navigates through the times when being nice is not an option. This is going to hurt you more than it's going to hurt me. Oops. I meant this is going to hurt me more than it's going to hurt you. Oops, that's what I meant to say. This is going to hurt me more than it's going to hurt you. Oops. Ice cream naturally has to have its own special frozen places and conditions to be, to survive, and to thrive. This is my dance space. That is yours. Love is selfish. Love is selfish. It takes up all the space in the world and loves to breathe. Love is selfless. Without you, the self, love has no home. Like the miracle of conceiving a baby, it's the easiest thing to do when you're not trying, but the most elusive thing in the universe when you're trying to force it to be something it doesn't want to be. Ice cream will melt and doesn't wait until you have it in your hands, and that's okay. Because like a taxi, a bus, or even the rarest opportunity to catch a ride on a shuttle to outer space, there will always be another one coming. How long you wait for it, compromise for it, how life has you pay for it or sacrifice for it is up to you. How much you enjoy staying or not staying right here or there, with who or what, regardless of the why, how, or when, might just be the ticket you're looking for, or possibly the ticket you can't even give away. That choice is always up to you. Two who understand this in like manner are likely the most jealous lovers of all time, and that's why they have amazing makeup sex. Otherwise, they end up in bitter divorces, always blaming each other. It is better and probably easier to find someone who matches you enough on your love expectations that you're 1,000,000% willing to compromise, accept, and never say a word about the bitchy ex, the stepchildren, or the in-laws you just can't stand, than to find someone who matches you on all levels but one, the one level that you think you can change about the other person. Love is willing to walk away because love is perfect. Love never has egg on its face because love is the hand that, as easy as it sounds, but as difficult as it can be, we reach out for to wipe the egg off our own face. Ice cream doesn't judge you when you're a late night mess, shamefully binge eating while no one else is watching. Who does that? Love does the right thing every time, even when you're childish, immature, or even genius because it didn't know that you or the other were childish, immature, or even genius. The truest love is blind and unconditional in this sense, and though it may seem like a blind mistake that left you hurt, traumatized, with a bad taste of last year's love, love will always reward and measure back to you in exponential terms for having loved your brothers, your sisters, your lovers, and even yourself, because the faults or successes of the day were not the hinge that swings your heart open or closed. True love is rational and non-conditionally emotionless when it needs to be. Love says, I don't need you to make me feel better in order for me to feel better, in order to love you through this. Because when push comes to shove, without the conflict of interest condition, I can make a rational decision to open or not open that door today. Let me read that again, because even I am like, whoa. Love says, I don't need you to make me feel better in order for me to feel better, in order to love you through this, because when push comes to shove, without the conflict of interest condition, I can make a rational decision to open or not open the door today. Whew. And this could be the very thing that not only saves our love, but fortifies it to last through any test of time, trial, and tribulation. Get ready for this one. Ice cream really isn't ice cream, and nothing can take the place of it. It's an it, and ultimately it cannot be personified, described, or defined. It is the letter of the law, that for which doesn't exist without itself. It is ultimately principle, and of all the oddities from natural to metaphysical law, a contradiction within itself. Ice cream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream.